Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go. The Washington Commanders. There it is. Buddy, what is going on, people? It's your boy Sean Spencer with my guy, Mr. Will Kramer. Welcome to Washington Football Weekly. The offseason is winding down. We are in August. We have a month until the first NFL game starts, September 10th for us. And first preseason games are right around the corner. So let's go ahead and look back at kind of how we looked in the offseason. What happened? What went down? There have been a number of retirements. Some people released. I think one of the biggest losses for us, and he had injury issues, but Chase Roulier, that was a big loss, and respect that he retired. But at the end of the day, he couldn't stay on the field, and it stinks. But more importantly, that veteran leadership that he's been there. He knew the offense, that continuity that he brought to the table, man. What are your thoughts on that, and just some of the other things that happened this offseason?
Absolutely, yeah. Right before the start of training camp, there was a slew of moves that happened there, and that was one of them. Was Chase Roulier retired and Andrew Norwell got released. And like you said, the Chase news is sad that he had to retire. He was a solid center for us. He had back-to-back years of leg injuries, and I think that either the rehab and having it happen again, or maybe the results after, they didn't really go into the details of why he was retiring, just that he's decided to call it quits before age 30. Like, that's too bad. Because you and I talked about this when they released him. They said, we said, you know what, somebody's going to sign this guy for a cheap contract because of his injury history, and he's going to ball out for them, and they're going to get a great signing because of this. Because we just, we know who he is as a player, but ultimately I can only think that maybe the body just got to the point where, it might have been too difficult to recover, or he said, I don't want to go through this and risk this again. So, yeah, big loss. And I don't know if we're better based on who we replaced him with at center with Nick Gates. So, could be a bigger loss.
Oh, yeah. Also having injury issues. So, that's going to be interesting. Eli Wolf, another one of those that he retired. He was,
who?
Just a piece. Exactly. He was a piece. I thought I wanted to bring him up. Shout out Eli.
God.
You talked about Trey Turner, Adam Norwell. Both of those guys left. I don't know that I would really miss them because they struggled a lot last year.
Yeah.
Here's a couple signings that I was kind of interested in. Byron Pringle. We know how close he is with EB and coming from the Chiefs. But this directly affects my guy, De'Ami Brown, who would be that number 4 guy. Pringle coming in here knowing his EB system, this could be big. I mean, he could be somebody who just fills right in.
I don't think he was brought in to be a camp body. I think he was brought in with hey, this guy can help our team. Let's get him on it. But I will say this, Sean, I don't think this affects your guy.
Yeah, he's been doing enough.
Yeah, from not just the reports, from training camp and even going into it, it's like, I think your guy's safe. So De'Ami is the 4th. I think Pringle right now would be the 5th, and it's kind of like, what are you going to do at the 6th? Are you going to go for a returner like Kazmir Allen? Are you going to go for a taller wide receiver like a Marcus Kemp, who came over from the Chiefs? You're going to go with the holdover Dax Milne, who they runs routes. So it kind of some flexibility at the 6th. So 6th wide receiver spot. So yeah, we'll see there. The other thing, they brought in a kicker, an established kicker, Michael Badgley.
Let's go.
I think he used to be with the Chargers. I was going to call him San Diego. That's why I was like, what team is the Chargers play for? What city are they in? So he was with the Los Angeles Chargers and then Detroit last year. He's always been pretty accurate, I believe. And I remember him on the Chargers. I would pick him up in fantasy because he always had some high accuracy numbers there on his kicks. So that's kind of exciting to push Joey Sly a little bit. Thank goodness, shout out to Alex giving us some hey, who is this guy? What does he do?
Yeah.
Just kind of saying that, he doesn't have the strongest of legs, and Joey Sly does have a strong leg. But regardless, I love for 2 reasons. I love the kicking competition at camp, but I also believe that kickers probably could use a break during training camp at times. I don't want them to wear out their legs because there's only one kicker. Wide receivers run all these drills and other guys get reps, but there's one kicker out there as we've had. So it's like, I'm kind of glad they brought in someone else, and competition's good. So I'm good with that.
And we absolutely need that, because the only issue, while we didn't have an issue with length from Joey Sly, we did have an issue with missing kicks that he should 100% have hit. Kicks well within his range and everything like that. We go back to that Dallas game at the end of the year. This thing should have been over 30 points, but he missed extra points. He missed field goals, and it missed a bunch of them, but at the same time can hit a 50-plus yard kick like it was nothing, like he did in the Philly game and some of those big games that we needed for him. So I agree. Bring in two legs. Let them both work it out. Maybe one guy's a kickoff guy, or maybe one guy you just keep Sly for those long kicks. But I think that was huge.
Two roster spots for kickers.
Hey,
you can't have 12 offensive linemen if you have two kickers.
I was about to say, I can give up one of my linemen for an extra kicker. All right, I could do that. All right? But this is another point. Wiley, we talked about him getting picked up earlier. That's a huge move for us, because that's another guy that knows EB, but is also flexible, mobile, somebody that we can get going. Johnny said, I'm a little late. Sorry, I'm late. What's going on, Johnny?
It's all right. Thanks for joining.
You're here. Right. You're absolutely here. Who else? Anybody else that we
signed a running back and what was it? Russell said something about the two rookie running backs. We signed a Derek Gore this week. I know nothing about him. He played for the Chiefs. We're becoming the Commander Chiefs right now. I'm okay with that. If you're going to pull from that team, that's fine. It's when we were pulling all these Panther players up. That didn't
Let's pull from a winning team. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.